quitting processed food is hard. If you failed to quit it in the past, it's likely not even your fault. It's not on you. The real enemies are the greedy corporations and scientists who are literally, their main purpose is to make the food as addictive as possible in order to exploit and make a profit from you. Like, who's more likely to win? Billion-dollar company or your willpower? I know, it's not fair at all, is it? But I am here to say that you can break free from this addiction. You can become healthier and you can lead a more happy, successful life. I've already done it, which means you can too. So here's 9 steps to quit processed food once and for all. Step 1. I want you to understand you're very likely to have deep, unmet emotional needs that you're using as coping mechanisms. And you need to work to fill that void. Like, I'm gonna get a bit deep here, fuck me. Anyway, when I was a lot younger, and still am, I'm 22 years old and I have never had an intimate, loving relationship. And that is an emotional void in my life that I need to work to fill. And that has manifested all throughout my childhood. Since I never felt that, I had a lack of love. And that causes me to need coping mechanisms in order to just fucking cope. And my main coping mechanism growing up, and honestly it still is binge eating, junk food, and just comfort eating. Whenever I would feel lonely or get those feelings, I would go straight to junk food. And what I've had to do is to figure out what unmet need, because none of this was at the top of my mind. I realized, oh yeah, I'm comfort eating because I lack love. That isn't in my mind. That isn't being processed. You have to work to figure out what the unmet need is and then make a plan in order to fix it. So recently, the last year or two, I've become aware of it. Now, I've made a plan to start talking to more girls, go on dating apps, make an effort in myself to improve my life, myself, my looks. And now I'll be more attractive to girls. I can start talking to more girls, work on my confidence, and then finally get a girlfriend. Because if you don't end up doing this, even if you implement everything else I talk about in the video, you're going to unconsciously just feel a pull towards whatever your coping mechanism is. And if you're watching this video, it's likely junk food. It's like the core underlying reason behind it. You need to work to figure this out. There's a mental model that is very helpful for this. It's called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There's 5 levels in that hierarchy. It's the first one is physiological needs, like your safety, shelter, food, water. And then it's love and some other stuff down from there. So it's just needs that you as a human creature need. And if you don't solve each need, you can't get to the next level. The highest level is self-actualization, where you're working on a purpose. If you don't have fucking love in your life, if you don't have a loving family, loving relationships, you're not going to be able to work on the later things down in the hierarchy. You're not going to be working on your purpose, helping people, when you can't even find the basic instincts that are fulfilled, like love. So now you need to figure out where in Maslow's hierarchy of needs are you currently at? Where do you need to work on? Are you at the same point I am? You need to figure out where you're at and develop a plan in order to fix that. And I need you to become conscious of what you're actually using. Because as I said earlier, junk food, processed food, binge eating, comfort eating, all of this is a symptom of an underlying unmet emotional need. You need to figure out what that need is and then make a plan to attack it. I know that was a bit of a fucking deep one. I promise that the next steps aren't as emotionally draining. Step 2 is to understand what it's actually doing to you. People with, say, smoking and all of these bad habits, you inherently know that it's bad for you. Okay, you know it's bad for you, but you continue doing it. Let's go a bit deeper. How bad is it for you? What are the consequences of me 5, 10 years down the line of continuing to do the habit? Go into autistic detail. Research. the foods in what you're eating, like the actual macronutrients in what you're eating, it's actually a carcinogenic that causes cancer. I'm literally eating cancer. Sick. You think when you figure that stuff out, you're going to be more likely or less likely to continue eating those foods? No. You're going to be so much less likely to you're just going to look at the food and be like, I'm not fucking putting cancer in my body. Okay, let's go find something else. Understanding what's actually happening is key for quitting processed food. So yeah, just go into autistic detail, research the hell is in your food and what are the actual negatives to your life. And now step 3 is to learn to control your emotions. I know, again, a bit of a boring step, but emotional regulation isn't just integral to quitting processed food. It's integral to everything you do. It's integral to being a healthy person, exercising, to your relationships, your love life, to even your finances, to your career, to your work. You can likely imagine being more in control of your emotions likely helps out a lot. Like if picture 2 people, person 1 who's about to binge out with his friends on some pizza, or another person, he brings meal prep to a party and just has that instead. Or who just doesn't even eat, just says, yeah, I'm not interested in the pizza. He has that emotional control and the willpower to realize that's going to fuck me up. Short-term gratification, not interested. He has the mental capacity and the emotional capacity to realize what it's doing to him, and he can control his body. You will get urges in order to binge. Your body and your brain are going to attack you. They're going to send signals, motherfucker, I want to eat this junk food. And it's going to scream at you to eat that junk food. But you need to have emotional control, willpower, in order to resist that. And I know willpower isn't fucking everything, but it helps. And being able to control yourself, it's like people going on nofap or resisting fundamental needs in your body, like hunger and reproduction. And probably my best personal tip is to implement a body practice. So either martial arts, working out, or more sort of spiritual breath work and meditation. Or honestly combine them both. That's what I've done, and that has helped me out immensely in both my mental fortitude and my emotional control. And when those urges come up, I'm so much less likely to act on them because I have this emotional control, because I've developed the habit to resist. And that's what you have to do. So step 4 is to set up your life so that your emotions aren't constantly fucked. Okay, what do I mean by this? There is 2 sources of dopamine. There is I'm just going to umbrella term it, bad dopamine, good dopamine. Bad dopamine, porn, video games, scrolling, social media, television shows, eating junk food. That's going to spike your dopamine levels to a point where it's going to go up, and then fall below a certain baseline. You have a baseline levels of feeling good, feeling neutral. You can get work done if you want to, but it's going to fall below a certain baseline after you do that bad habit. And then through the rest of the day, for the next few hours, you're just going to be returning to baseline. And during that baseline, return, you're going to have no motivation. Your willpower is gone. Your emotional control, gone. Your brain honestly just runs on autopilot at this zone. At this time, your brain's on autopilot. You're not thinking about what to do. You're just listening to your body. And if your body sends you the signal of, I want to eat junk food, you're just going to listen. So you need to set your life in a way that just cut out these bad habits. I'm not going to speak in absolutes, but for me personally, when I have poor sleep, 4 or 5 hours of sleep compared to 8, 9, motherfucker, my emotional control, my mood, my everything is tanked into the ground. I can't concentrate. I can't regulate my emotions. If I'm having an argument with someone, I'm so much more likely to fucking scream at them and lose my temper, or just like break down if I have no sleep. So this is the type of stuff you have to do. Cut out the bad habits that fuck your dopamine levels, and then cut out other stuff like getting bad sleep. Because if you don't get good sleep, emotional control, it's going to be so much harder. And regulating your ability to like not eat the junk food, not eat the processed food. This is just about setting your, like improving your chances of quitting the food. Because when your body's working against you, it's going to be a lot harder to quit, isn't it? Just a thing very quickly about quitting bad habits. I want you to quit them slowly, progressively. I don't want you to quit them all at once thinking, oh, I'm a big dick, I'm just going to quit them all at once because I'm fucking him. You're not. You're going to burn out, you're going to fail, and then you're going to regress. If not, you're going to go even worse than where you were before. Have a bit of humility, drop the ego, just slowly, say you're addicted to porn, you watch it 7 days a week. Week 1 of quitting the bad habit, 6 days. Week 2, 5. Week 3, 4. It's as simple as that. Just very slowly give your body time to adapt. That's how you're going to quit habits, not by just going cold turkey. And just also try to quit one habit at once. Don't do like 5 things. Your body is going to break and scream at you if you try to do multiple things at once. Identify what's the highest leverage thing to quit, and quit that slowly. Then step 5, it's developing good habits to actually improve your chances. So I already talked about exercise, breath work, meditation. I need you to develop at least 1 or 2 of those practices because that really does make a difference. Even just 10 minutes of meditation a day. The amount of emotional regulation, clarity in my brain I get from that, it just improves my chances at everything in life. Honestly, I'm not even talking about quitting addictions anymore. It's just fucking baseline habits that make your life better. And I know you want to make your life better. You want to live happier. You want to be more successful. Now, for step 6, I want you to not be idle. You need to be busy. You need to be doing stuff. You need to have stuff going on in your life. I've found the times in my life where I regress on bad habits, where I fucking do just bad shit that I know I'm not meant to do. It's all when I don't have a goal to work towards. I don't have anything on for the day. I'm just not doing anything. Because us as human beings, we have multiple biases that conserve energy. Our brains are literally rooted in... So this is rooted in the survival mechanism where we have evolved thousands of years in order to survive. And so much of our functions and just the way we are is because of that. We are rooted in order to be efficient, to seek comfort, to seek the familiar, because of this survival mechanism. And the easiest thing, the most comfortable thing, the most familiar is always going to be what you've done a long period of your life. If you're like me, consume processed food a shit ton in your life, you're just going to default back to that. You're going to go unconscious, you're going to go automatic, and you're going to go back to consumption. But if you have something to busy yourself, you've set some goals, you want to get stronger in the gym, you're working on a business, you're learning, you want to get better at socializing, you want to talk to more girls. If you have these goals you're working towards, or even if you just have hobbies that you're doing instead of just having vacant time, you want to try and fill your time with helpful, productive, fun shit. Honestly, the biggest advice is to just live a fucking more eventful life, because you're not going to have time to go back to the bad habits. If you just live a better life and your mental health gets better, everything skyrockets from there. That's also another bit of just general self-improvement advice. Live a more interesting life full of hobbies, stuff you're doing, trying new things, because you're just going to be able to quit those bad habits much easier. Step 7, I want you to set one overarching massive goal that genuinely excites you. So So when we set goals, especially ones that like excite us, and when we just think about achieving that goal, we get so excited and we just like, holy shit, yes, imagine my life if I did that. We want to set a goal that's unique for yourself. It's not anyone else's. It's not, oh yeah, become a pro boxer because I want the respect. No, you want a goal that genuinely excites you deep down. It's just like something you want to do. Okay, actually, I'll give an example first. So there have been degenerate like women who are just doing drugs, partying, all the bad stuff anyway. And then they get pregnant and then they have a child. And then what happens from there? They completely turn their life around. They now have a goal to work towards. Looking after and raising their child. That is now greater than themselves. They have now, all of their behavior just like filters out anything that isn't looking after this kid. So now they stop doing all the bad shit and they get their life together. All because they have a mission, they have a goal, they have someone to work towards. And then setting this like massive goal for yourself, it filters, it's so powerful. It filters all of your behaviors through this goal. Like, for example, you are oddly passionate about climate change and you set on yourself a massive mission to end climate change. Now, you're going to filter all of your behaviors through this massive goal. That's just an example. You will know when your goal is like uniquely like mission-based for yourself. So all of these behaviors that you now do, like sleeping in late, eating bad food, you're less likely to do them because you have this goal bigger than yourself that you're working towards, and that you just won't do them because I want this mission, I want this goal, and these other things, they stop me from achieving the goal. So fucking stop doing that. I want to achieve the goal. So I hope I've done a good job explaining that. But very like TLDR, you want a massive goal that's bigger than yourself and uniquely like passionate, exciting for you. You want to set that, and that will filter out all of the negative behaviors you don't want, and it'll get you on the path towards that goal. So yeah. Now step 8, let's make a plan. So I've just talked about so much different shit in this video. Now I'm going to get you to write it down. You're going to make an actual action plan. When you write stuff down, that's when like it takes place in your brain that, okay, this shit's actually happening. It's not just like a woo-woo, oh yeah, I might quit processed food. As soon as you write it down, it becomes, oh, okay, shit, okay, I'm quitting processed food. Okay, I'm doing this at this time. I'm going for it. I'm exercising at this time. I'm doing my hobby at this time. And I'm stopping buying processed food in general. You need to make a plan, or like, I want to start doing X, Y, Z habit. We're going to write down exactly the steps in the video. Basically, you can just come back, watch the video again, and then write down action steps specifically for you. Like, go through the point, and then stop the point, and then, okay, what's an action step I can glean from my own life into this? What's one thing I can do to actually start quitting processed food? I also want you to quickly imagine two people trying to quit processed food. One person goes cold turkey and quits all processed food at once. Person 2 slowly weans himself off processed food. He slowly stops buying different processed foods and slowly swaps it out with better and just slowly does it. Who do you think is going to be more likely to stick with it, not binge out, not fucking fail? It's obviously going to be person 2. Because going cold turkey, as I said earlier, doesn't work. It might work for like 1% of people, but you ain't the 1%. It didn't work for me. Just have some fucking humility and slowly do it, as I said earlier. And then step 9, just simply don't buy processed food anymore. You now realize processed food's shit. You've made a plan. You have habits in place to stop the urges, the cravings. You don't have the emotional need to use it as a coping mechanism anymore. You've done all of that, and now you're ready to just stop buying it. If you likely might have a few limiting beliefs that when I said it, that popped into your head, like, oh, I live at home with my parents and they cook. Okay, have you tried having a conversation with them, explaining your point of view, why processed food's shit, how we can slowly wane off processed food? Let's eat whole. Let's eat more clean. Let's eat more whole, clean foods, because they likely understand, oh yeah, processed food's shit. Explain it to them. You could even get ChatGPT to make a list of reasons why you should quit processed food. And then slowly, it can be like a family thing. You can all work together in order to start being more healthy, more health conscious. Like if you talk to your mother and say, I want to be more healthy, I want to stop eating processed food, and this will help the entire household out. If you present it in a way that's beneficial to her, beneficial to you, she loves you, what's her response? She's not going to fucking, unless they're like the 1% of families where they're going to be shit and just say, no, listen to me, I know it's better. In which case, I'm sorry, the only thing you can do is move out and just stop buying junk food in general. So basically a TLDR, just stop buying junk food. Also, actually, one last tip to make not buying junk food easier. When you're doing the food shopping, don't be hungry. Go food shopping on a full stomach. If you do that, you're not going to be influenced by your body's like urges. So, yeah, go do food shopping on a full stomach and just don't buy them. If there isn't processed food in your house, you don't fucking eat processed food, do you? It's very simple, but it fucking works. And now though, I want you to answer this question. What is one thing you're currently grateful for? Gratitude is such an awesome keystone habit that makes your life 100 times better. I'm grateful right now for my good health. My ability to just be here recording just makes me happy. And you don't need anything else. I've good health. What's one thing you're grateful for? So that is the video. Appreciate you watching. Like and sub helps me a lot. Take care of yourself.